Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Elder Wisdom Info channel. Have you ever caught yourself daydreaming about sipping coffee in a Paris cafe or watching the sunset from a cruise ship deck? Traveling in our golden years is often seen as the ultimate reward for a life well lived. And why not? After decades of work and responsibility, the idea of adventure feels well earned. But here's a gentle truth. Just because something is possible doesn't mean it's always wise. Travel, especially as we age, comes with hidden risks that can quickly overshadow the joys of the journey. This isn't about discouraging exploration, it's about giving ourselves permission to prioritize well-being over wanderlust. If you've been wondering whether that next big trip is still a good idea, this video is for you. We'll explore 5 important reasons travel might not be in your best interest anymore. By the end, you may discover that some of life's greatest joys and comforts are found closer to home and no passport required. Number 1. Weakened immunity and exposure to unfamiliar germs as we age. Our immune systems naturally become less resilient, making us more susceptible to infections and illnesses. At home, we're protected by routine environments and familiar microbes, but when we travel, we expose ourselves to new bacteria, viruses, and even fungi that our bodies may not recognize or be equipped to handle. Crowded airports, poorly ventilated airplanes, hotel linens, and even communal dining areas on cruise ships can become breeding grounds for infections. What might feel like a harmless sore throat can turn into a serious chest infection. Consider George, who, at 81, embarked on a cruise with his family. Within days, he developed a persistent cough that escalated into pneumonia. Despite precautions, the recycled air and constant exposure to strangers took a toll. The ordeal didn't just ruin the trip, it led to an airlift and a lengthy hospital stay. When you're far from your doctor and usual support, even minor illnesses can spiral. Sometimes, staying in your safe, clean environment is the healthiest travel decision you can make. Number 2. Long travel increases the risk of blood clots and circulatory strain. Extended periods of sitting can pose serious health risks to older adults, risks that are often underestimated until it's too late. Flights, long car rides, and bus tours may sound manageable, but they can restrict blood flow and significantly increase the risk of deep vein thrombosis (DVT), especially after age 70. DVT involves the formation of blood clots in the legs, which can travel to the lungs and become life-threatening. Even if you hydrate, move around occasionally, or wear compression socks, the simple act of staying seated for too long is enough to raise the danger. Harold, age 78, took every precaution on a cross-country flight to attend his grandson's graduation, but still ended up in the hospital with a pulmonary embolism. The truth is, as circulation naturally weakens with age, the body becomes less efficient at handling these stressors. If you have a history of heart issues, high blood pressure, or surgery, the risks only grow. Grounding your travel plans might feel disappointing at first, but protecting your health is always the wiser route. Number 3. Disrupted medications and medical support. Travel might bring new experiences, but it also disrupts the stability many older adults rely on to manage their health. At home, taking medications on time, eating consistent meals, and getting proper sleep are second nature. But on the road, your entire routine can fall apart. Flights across time zones, unfamiliar food, and long days of activity all interfere with medication timing and absorption. Missing even one dose of a critical prescription like blood pressure meds, blood thinners, or insulin can lead to confusion, dizziness, or emergency situations. Take Gerald, 76, who forgot his diabetes medication during a family road trip. The delayed dose triggered fatigue and confusion, nearly landing him in the ER. Beyond timing, there's the risk of running out of pills, losing them, or struggling to replace them abroad. And if something goes wrong, you may find yourself explaining your medical history to unfamiliar doctors with no access to your records. Health management is delicate, and travel, often throws it off balance in ways you can't afford to ignore. Number 4. Emergency care becomes more complicated and risky in younger years. Medical hiccups during travel might have felt like inconveniences. But as we grow older, even a minor fall or unexpected illness can quickly become a serious emergency. The issue isn't just needing medical help, it's needing the right help, quickly and safely. When traveling, especially internationally, you're often at the mercy of healthcare systems that don't speak your language, don't know your medical history, and might not accept your insurance. Take Ruth, age 83, who fell and broke her hip during a river cruise. Though the injury was treatable, the lack of English-speaking doctors, a delay in getting to a hospital, and limited communication with her family turned it into a traumatic ordeal. Emergency rooms abroad might not have your medication list, allergy history, or baseline vitals. Even within the U.S., walk-in clinics or ERs may misinterpret your symptoms without a full picture. Emergencies often unfold subtly in older adults' dizziness, lightheadedness, chest discomfort. If no one knows you're normal, it's harder to spot when something's wrong. When traveling, you're risking not just discomfort but delay in care that can make a huge difference. Number 5. Emotional exhaustion and the loss of familiar grounding. We often imagine travel in later life as a final chapter of grand adventures, seeing places we've only dreamed of, ticking items off a bucket list, and making cherished memories. But what we don't talk about enough is how emotionally taxing travel can become as we age. The excitement of new places can quickly turn into sensory overload. Strange beds, foreign food, different time zones, and unfamiliar surroundings can all feel less invigorating and more unsettling. Walter, 79, had longed to visit Yellowstone National Park. But when he finally got there, he couldn't sleep well. The altitude affected his breathing, and he missed the quiet of his usual morning coffee at home. Despite the stunning views and family photos, he felt emotionally adrift. What he craved wasn't just his bed, it was his rhythm, his peace, and his place. These are not small things. They are what root us. Travel can pull us away from the very habits and comforts that nourish our emotional health. Even more, older adults may feel pressure to hide their discomfort so they don't ruin the trip for others. That quiet performance of cheerfulness is its own emotional labor, and it drains energy fast. When you return from a trip, you may find yourself not only physically exhausted, but also emotionally worn out, needing days or even weeks to feel like yourself again. Choosing to stay home isn't about avoiding life. It's about choosing peace, comfort, and the grounding that helps you feel whole. Final thoughts. Honor the wisdom you've earned. If you've stayed with us this far, then you already understand the deeper message we're trying to share. Aging is not a limitation, it's a transformation, and with it comes a different set of priorities. Travel can still hold value, but after 70, it requires more than enthusiasm. It calls for thoughtful planning, deep self-awareness, and honest evaluation of your needs. We've explored 5 compelling reasons why travel might no longer serve your best interests. A weakened immune system, increased circulatory risks from prolonged sitting, disruption of critical medications and routines, complications with emergency care, and the emotional strain of losing your familiar-s. Grounding. These are not signs of decline, they're signs of wisdom. Your experiences have taught you what truly matters, and that knowledge is powerful. It reminds us that comfort is not complacency, it's care. That stillness can be just as fulfilling as motion. And that joy doesn't require a plane ticket, it often lives right outside your front door. Whether you continue to travel or decide to stay closer to home, make choices that honor your body, protect your peace, and respect your journey. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You've already lived through decades of change, challenge, and discovery. You've earned the right to decide what fills your life with joy now. Thank you for being with us today. If something we shared resonated with you, please leave a comment and let us know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we'd love to have you as part of this community. Until next time, take care and remember, the wisdom you carry is the greatest gift of all.